everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Table Talk with Toddy. Today's show comes straight from the vault and is also an introduction to a two-part series that I'm doing on the power of building a network. Over the years, many have asked how I've been able to meet so many amazing movers and shakers around the world. People also wonder how I've been able to experience amazing opportunities like being on the set of hit television shows like Empire and Being Mary Jane. They also want to know, how in the world did I get invited to an event by the White House? While many millennials believe that they need a master coach or a therapy session to connect the dots between them and their audience, I'm giving you the real benefits of the know, like, and trust factor and why you should focus on relationship building over selling. Let's get started. Welcome to Table Talk with Toddy, a podcast for millennials designed to motivate, inspire, and educate you on what it really takes to live a real life on purpose. This isn't your typical podcast. You can count on me to keep it real, funky, and relatable here on Table Talk with Toddy. Building a network, or as I like to call it, a community of people that will get to know, like, and trust you and not your business. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I made starting out. I obviously did a lot of things for money, and what I ended up finding out was that people connect to you, people buy from you, people buy into your business, they invest in your products and services. They give you their hard-earned money because, to some extent, first things first, they relate to you on some type of level, whether it's an emotional level, whether they've seen your broadcast, they've seen you maybe on TV, and they've connected with something that came out of your mouth. Or maybe they connected with you because they simply thought you were pretty. Whatever the reason is, the first thing is people connect with you because they either have something in common or you just seem to be able to relate to them in some aspect of their lives. That's the first thing. The second thing is that people want to feel that you are genuine. People want to feel that you don't want people buying from you with the first thing in their mind is, oh, she just wants some money, because obviously nobody's just going to give you their money if they don't feel like you have something to offer them. If they don't feel like you could do something for their lives, whether it's to inspire them, whether you have a solution to a problem that they're having in their business, people want to know that you have something that will make their lives a little bit easier. So those are the things. And so that was one thing that I made, one of the biggest mistakes I made starting out was that I just thought I could put a product and service in front of somebody and say, here, you need this, buy it. It totally does not work that way. What changed the dynamics of my business, what changed the dynamics of everything I did, was when I started to connect with women from all over the world who we had a few things in common. One being ambition. Two being we didn't come from privilege. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouth. In fact, most of us are single moms. We've either had children or we're not with their dads anymore. We are maybe on government assistance. I connected with women who had big dreams, but they lacked guidance. They lacked the how-to. They lacked the ability to research and find out what they needed to take themselves to next level. So that is one thing that I started to notice, that's how I was connecting. I also was able to connect with people emotionally by being completely transparent as much as possible and saying, hey, look, this journey is not hard. I'm not going to show you the bags. I'm not going to show you all of the amazing things that's happening, but I'm going to show you how it really looks in real life so that you can relate and correlate the two, my situation, your situation, and say, no, they're not the same, but in fact, we are all experiencing some level of struggle. So yeah, I can make it to the next level if she can do it. So when I started to emotionally connect with these women, we started to build a relationship. Like they are really my friends. Like we are really sisters. And whenever someone does something amazing, whenever someone accomplishes something, we congratulate and we're really like united. They're my community. We have a sisterhood. And because I've been able to connect the two, emotion connection and what I offer them help to make their lives better, whether it's an inspirational post on Instagram or whether it's a product that will help them to solve a problem that they're having with starting their business. Because they have that emotional, genuine friendship with me, especially in the online space, they're more willing to purchase a product or service that I put in front of them, after our relationship is built. So when I started putting relationship building at the forefront of my list, everything else kind of fell into place. I saw my Instagram count go up. I saw my email click opens, the percentage go up. Everything around it seemed to just fall into place when you focus on relationship building, and not necessarily just trying to get people to buy from you all the time. Here's the thing. You can do everything. You just can't do everything at one time. So I want to remix this a little bit and say, you can do everything, just not everything at once, or you can't do everything without any help. So this is another one of the major lessons that I've learned since you last heard from me in 10 Ways to Start Your Business. Being multi-gifted can be both a blessing and a curse. And, I had convinced myself, that because I knew how to visit YouTube and Google University, as they call it, that I could do everything on my own. Boy, was I wrong. Having a do-it-yourself attitude is acceptable when you are first starting a business. However, once you've grown and moved on to the next level, it's super important that you start to build a network of individuals who can help you to carry out your vision for your business. So this is another stage when I started to build community instead of followers. This was a new stage for me because it seemed like the vision started to get bigger. The demand for better products and services started to grow and increase. So I had no choice but to start getting help. And one way that you can, start to get help, if you can't afford to, hire a staff, I suggest, hiring some interns. You can always find interns. I don't care what level in your business you're at. There's always someone who wants to learn what you've already learned. There's always going to be someone, I don't want to say underneath you, but someone who's just starting out, who you may be one step above, that you can show them in exchange for maybe something that they're talented in. For example, Jasmine, who is now my graphic manager, she started off as my intern. Jasmine saw the potential in the Toddy brand, and she decided to invest her time and her talent into my business. And in exchange, I served as more of a mentor for her, kind of just being a shoulder to lean on, sharing what I've learned along the way with her, since she was, pretty much a new business owner and entrepreneur. So that's one way that you can start to get help, whether it's in graphic design, web design, blogging, whatever the case may be. Start to build your team. It's important to build a network, especially within your community. So when I say that, for example, another example would be when you've built your community, people get to know, like, and trust you. You become like a go-to person in whatever industry they're looking for. Someone in your community that you've built a relationship with, they know you, they know what you stand for. They start to trust you. They start to recommend you to other people. Well, I have someone in my community who is the host of a radio show. And not only did she host one of my vision board parties, but she also invited me to come on her radio show for a second time. So I say that to say, because she was in my community and because I had already built that relationship with her, she knew me. She liked what I was about. She liked what I stood for. She trusted me, but she trusted that what I said, my actions follow suit with it. So she invited me on her radio show to share my expertise with her listeners. So that tells you right there that she trusted me. So that's also the important of building a network, is because when you position yourself and people get to know, like, and trust you, you'll become that go-to person for them. So, for example, for her, she invited me on her show to talk about using social media to maximize your business. So clearly, she's impressed with my social media expertise. So that comes with building your network. You become that go-to person when people in your network think of a specific industry. So that's another important reason to build a network within your community. Another benefit for building a network in your community would be When people start to see you as an expert at something, let's just say their church is having some type of business seminar. When they go, if they're on the board at their church, 9 times out of 10, if you have built credibility with them, if they see you as someone that's an expert, they will tell their church member board, hey, so-and-so, she's good, we should hire her. There, now you have a speaking engagement. So it's really important. And I particularly love to see businesses that have a community of people who back them and who they become that go-to for people in their community. So building a network is vital because it's like building blocks. It's like building blocks. You build a relationship. You also build new clients. You also build and gain new customers. And this is stuff that can last you throughout the lifespan of your business. So this is an ongoing process. It's something that you cannot skip. It's something you cannot miss. Relationship building first, then build a network within your community. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Table Talk with Toddy. But before you leave, make sure that you subscribe to get updates for when part 1 of the How to Build Your Power Network series goes live, along with other new episodes. Oh, and don't forget that we are now on iTunes and Google Play. As always, if you'd like to stay connected with me, visit themotivationmaven.com and follow me across all social media at Official Toddy. Talk to you in the next episode.